2 minutes. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. My name is Crypto Kip. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody out there. Today, guys, I made a big purchase this morning. I bought a lot of stacks, guys, and I have a video coming out later today where I'm going to get into exactly how much I bought, some of the narratives. So check out my video later tonight on stacks where I'll talk more about that buy that I made. But there was some crazy news that happened overnight that I want to talk to you guys about. One of the biggest stories and mishaps that happened was about Hedera Hashgraph. Let's talk about it. A lot of people are very bullish on HBAR, and I felt FOMO yesterday, but I didn't do anything about it. And good thing, because we got to be careful of fake news, guys. There is interesting news coming out for HBAR that's very bullish, but not quite as bullish as originally had been told by a variety of influencers in the space. But you got to be careful. There's a lot of news stories that come out that get redacted all the time, and so we don't want to act on impulse, guys. Instead, we want to have a long-term thought-out strategy. I've been talking about stacks for months. I've been waiting for my giant paycheck for months. I got it. I pulled the trigger. It's done. Now I'm in even more so into the stacks ecosystem. But guys, I believe that there is a full-fledged crypto bull cycle ahead. And there's a couple stories that I want to talk you through today just to kind of look at what's going on in this market. We're going to talk about Crow with Knife a little bit today as well for all the Crow with Knife lovers out there, because there's some crazy things going on in the Cronos ecosystem. HBAR has got to be talked about today. Look at the broader market because Bitcoin's crashing again today. Are you panicking? Should you be panicking? The answer is always no, in case you weren't aware. Never panic. Panic is not good. You don't make good decisions when you panic. Panic buying or panic selling for that matter. But there will come a time in this crypto bull market where it becomes a bear market. And you must sell before the bear market and take profit along the way as you're making your way upwards in green candles. And we buy red candles, we sell the green candles. That's what we should do. And at a point, you know, maybe I'll offload on some red candles at the end of this thing, and then we reaccumulate in the bear market. So we'll continue to do that. Shy Sox fan, thanks for taking care of that. Shout out to all the folks in the chat. Lorenzo, CH, we got Shy Sox fan, Osiris, we got Rax299, we got Servando Estrada, we got Club Crow, Buju Crow, Shy Sox fan. We got everybody in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Smash the like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and answer the question that I put out in the poll for you guys. Will we have an extended cool-off period for crypto in 2024? 75% of you guys believe yes, and 25% of you guys believe no. Honestly, the more that I hear people being bullish, the more bearish I am, and the more I hear people being bearish, the more bullish I am, because I believe that the masses typically get it wrong in some capacity. The markets look for max pain. The hedge funds and the whales and the exchanges, they're looking to liquidate some of the retail out there. And so when we got our move for Bitcoin, and let's get into the Bitcoin chart really quick. When we got into, this range up here for Bitcoin, if you noticed over the last month or so, as soon as we came up here, we started playing some interesting games, right? So these are the monthly candles, guys, and we have our first red monthly candle in 7 months, guys. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green months in a row. We have our first red candle, but Bitcoin is still hanging out in this sideways range that a lot of people are staring at, wondering, waiting, watching what's going to happen. We are still in this very key channel for Bitcoin, floating around its highs, guys. Now, one thing I've been talking about a lot on this channel is that I do expect when Bitcoin breaks past its previous all-time high and enters that parabolic rally, we are going to have an altcoin season that will melt your face. People are going to make millions of dollars. I believe this. People have already made tons of money on some altcoins like Solana. Some influencers out there are warning of an altcoin reckoning, which, guys, it is on the table. I bought a ton of stacks this morning, and I bought it about 20 cents higher, unfortunately. But, it's not about timing the market, guys. It's about time in the market. And my strategy with my altcoins pretty much across the board, with the exception of some meme coins where you must take profit on the way up, my strategy for altcoins basically across the board is accumulate through this year into the fall, where in the fall I will start offloading some of my altcoins because I believe this is the year of the bull market. Now, could there be an extended cool-off period? Again, 68% of you guys say yes, 30% of you guys say no. We got 37 viewers and 10 likes. Do me a favor and smash that like button. Oh man, Saitama chain got hacked. Never really liked Saitama at all. Had a friend talking about Saitama. Buju says HBAR equals BlackRock. We're gonna talk about HBAR today. We're also gonna talk about Crow and Knife, a couple things, but we'll always come back and look at this Bitcoin price because this was a pretty decent dip for Bitcoin today. Nothing crazy, really, in the grand scheme of things. Look at all the times we've seen Bitcoin bleed out. I just think as Bitcoin's been trading sideways, each one of these sell-offs, even if it's not super large, scares people more and more. The more we trade sideways like this, and we're kind of slow creeping down right now, which doesn't really mean much. It's more so which way do we break out of this formation. I just think fear is building up still. And actually, let's look at the fear and greed index right now and see what we got going on. So fear and greed index today is at 64 out of 100, which means, guys, we are right now more so in we're in greed. We're in the greed a little bit, as you can kind of see here. The categories broke out of neutral back into greed, but let's see what this thing does today with all these prices we got going on. Let's take a peek here, guys. Here's how we're going to do this stream. So we're going to go through some of the biggest movers on the day, biggest winners, biggest losers. Then we're going to go through some of the news. I'll take the music down. We'll go through some of the news. And then at the end of the stream, we'll do a little Q&A. And I want to talk a little bit about Crow with Knife at the end of this thing, because I know that community is excited right now. I'm pretty excited about it as well, as I'm a very large holder of that token as well. Because I believe in Cronos chain. I've believed in it for a long time, and I'm excited to see what's happening on that chain. Okay, so let's look at some of the big winners on the day. We right now on the last 24 hours have not a lot of big winners, but HBAR is up 13.37% over the last 24 hours. It's up 55% over the last 7 days. Why? We're going to talk about that here in a second. Because of tokenizing money market fund for BlackRock for HBAR. Ooh, what's that about? We'll talk about it, guys. Bonk is up big today, up 11%, up 82% on the week. Dog with Hat, ranked number 37 in coins overall, up 34% on the week. Meme coins are still hanging in there. We got an exchange token, KuCoin, up a little bit today, up decent over the week. Over the last 7 days, guys, we actually have a lot of big gainers. Why? Because altcoins basically had a mini death spiral in the last month. And guess what? We were saying we buy these dips, we buy these dips, we buy these dips. And if you bought these dips, congratulations, you're probably up 82%, 56%, 47%, 30%. It's actually unbelievable. I have a friend actually in my golf league, and shout out to him. He bought HBAR, a beautiful, actually sold out before the big dip, bought back in, and then he got this beautiful surprise from this story with BlackRock. And let's actually look at HBAR real quick. So this thing's previous all-time high was up at about, 42 cents or so. The previous market cap high for this token, however, was about 6.58 billion, and it basically double peaked out at that high. So I'm not gonna FOMO into this thing, guys. It's very hard for me to enter a new token and a new narrative. I tend to focus on some narratives, and if there's really an opportunity that comes up, and you watched me live pivot into stacks as well, because I believe in that narrative so much. Solana, I missed it. I would have pivoted into that if I just didn't pull the trigger. It's hard to pivot into a new coin, especially one that pumps. Either way, if you are interested in some of this news going on with HBAR, again, this thing is still way up over the last week. And so, coming down, better buying opportunity today than it was yesterday. It went up, it was $2 billion higher in market cap yesterday, and it's crashing today. Why is it crashing? Well, what happened? So let's get into this actually, and let me go ahead and I'll take down this music real quick, and we'll talk a little bit about this HBAR story. So BlackRock tokenizes money market fund on Hedera. HBAR soars. There you go. So every single time there's been a news story about BlackRock, don't you remember back in October for Bitcoin, where Bitcoin started to really go up? We had a fake news event. The BlackRock Spot Bitcoin ETF was approved and that it launched, and that was in October of 2023, and that was fake news, and it started to pump the markets. And even when we knew it was fake news, what happened? Bitcoin still kept pumping, and you know what? Altcoins started to rip too, and Solana did a 22x, right? And so BlackRock tokenizes money market fund on Hedera. What happened to Hedera then? Of course it went up. And today it's retracing a little bit because, again, buy the rumor, sell the news. It was more like buy the news and then sell the news shortly thereafter. And what really happened, unfortunately for all the HBAR folks and this news, is a little wind was taken out of their sail overnight. Hedera jumped 113% yesterday amid the BlackRock confusion. Well, what's the confusion? They skyrocketed after they name-dropped BlackRock, but the investment giant BlackRock themselves said they're not directly involved. So they're involved in some capacity, but they're not directly involved. I see some people saying, well, they allowed the PR release, but what's the true story here? News is trickling out, guys. So some people say, no, they are associated, but BlackRock says they're not. So maybe they are, but loosely. Anyway, if you FOMO'd into Hedera yesterday, that's okay, guys. You don't have to panic sell, I don't think. What I instead would be encouraging you to do is, do you like this investment before that BlackRock story? If so, and you wanted to accumulate this, and not just because of that piece of news, then your strategy shouldn't change, right? We believe that a greater bull market is coming. We believe that this could go back to its previous all-time high, even though it's already back up. It hit its previous market cap all-time high about. This thing should break into new highs at some point, along with other great technological advancements in crypto. HBAR certainly has something interesting going on with the hash graph concept, right? It's a little bit different, and BlackRock's in some capacity involved. We'll see, guys. There's going to be so many altcoins out there, and when you see a coin pumping like this thing did here, again, over the last 7 days, it was up yesterday. If you bought it yesterday, ouch, right? You don't want to buy the big green candles, guys. You want to buy these dips, right? Maybe this is a better price. Maybe you wait for it to come back down to 8 cents even, and then you buy. Because some people are saying, and I have it in the chat right now, and you guys are throwing, your guess into the poll. I put out a poll. I said, will crypto have an extended cool-off period in 2024? 57% of you guys believe yes. And if so, well, then we have a lot more buy the dip opportunities potentially coming. And I don't know. I'm not sold on that personally. I believe that we could kind of go up from here. Honestly, I believe that maybe the bottom is in, and that Bitcoin, once it trades out of this current channel that's sitting at, we go to the upside. Sell-off could happen. If so, my strategy continues to kind of DCA over the long term. into these assets. But so there's the HBAR news. That's kind of what's been going on with HBAR at a $4.6 billion market cap when trillions of dollars flow into this space. $1 billion coins, $500 million coins, $4 billion coins. Those can move pretty strong. Those can move pretty fast. We saw at one point Shiba Inu get $10 billion and thrown into it in one day in this current bull market, which was a crazy time. These things happen in crypto all the time. But we do have to be conscious of a potential sell-off. Why? Because at some point, there are cool-off periods. Back in 2023, we only had 3 red months. I never really talk about that. In 2023, we only had 3 red months, guys. We had May, July, and August that were a little red. Now, sell in May, walk away. A lot of people say that. My partner's been doing videos talking about that a little bit. Let's talk about sell in May, walk away. Out of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Mays, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. A majority of them are red. But nothing. Every time, okay, let's see this. So like April's red here, May's red there. April's red here, May's red there. April's big green, May's red there. April's red, May's red, slightly red. April's red, and May is super green. Some Mays are just like incredible. Some Mays are incredible. Some Mays are just absolutely terrible. I'd love to get an incredible May. I'm ready for the bull market. I'm not even looking for more dips at this point now that I bought a huge bag of stacks. I've got huge positions, and I'm just going to continue to hold. Anyway, guys, we do have to be conscious of a potential sell-off. July is historically kind of a fireworks show for crypto. Even the bad months in July typically aren't that bad. And so I do believe that bullish parabolic movements are around the corner. In bull markets, June and July seem to be pretty good. August and September can be a little bit rocky, September especially. But let's see. It depends how May plays out. It depends on kind of the price action for Bitcoin to determine what happens with all these altcoins as well. Let's see what's going on. So the SEC is making a decision on the spot Ethereum ETF proposals from Franklin Templeton, Grayscale. Look, the SEC is eventually, guys, going to approve an Ethereum ETF. Hong Kong is launching its ETF, and that is coming probably at the end of this month for Bitcoin and Ethereum. At some point, the United States is going to go ahead and launch an Ethereum ETF. Anything in the meantime is just FUD or, delays. And delays can certainly happen. It might not happen immediately. It might not happen anytime soon. It might happen 6 to 10 months from now. It could happen 6 weeks from now for all I know. We'll see. But inevitably, guys, crypto is continuing to get driven forward by politicians, institutional adoption. Some of the largest asset managers in the world. The SEC is going to get on board this ship, or they're going to get fired from their positions. And we just recently saw a judge go after some of the SEC lawyers, and they actually stepped down because they know that they're scum. They do. So here was an interesting story as well I want to share with you from yesterday. So I saw this one. I talked about this a couple times recently. Now, let's get a little more specific on this story right here. Exclusive, Venezuela to accelerate cryptocurrency shift as oil sanctions return. I didn't really realize what this story was until all of a sudden I saw this story came out. And now Cointelegraph, who we have to take with a grain of salt, but Tether vows to freeze assets after Venezuela looks to crypto to bypass oil sanctions. So it turns out, because the oil sanctions, Venezuela was actually looking to use crypto to, I guess, buy oil, and they're not being compliant with the OFAC sanctioned entities who are putting out the sanctions. If you don't know what sanctions are, Google them, guys. It's other countries trying to box out other countries because they don't like what they're doing, whether they think it's illegal or immoral or unethical or whatever. Sanctions happen all the time. We've, as a U.S. citizen, U.S. is coming after sanctions with Russia and a variety of other countries all the time. And it's always a conversation of like, I'm against the sanctions. So they're trying to bypass their sanctions with crypto. And, people are just tired of being told what to do. Now, I'm not supporting Venezuela violating sanctions in any capacity. And I'm not saying the opposite of that either. I'm just pointing out, here's the story. Tether is vowing to freeze assets after Venezuela looks to crypto to bypass oil sanctions. And now, while it's not good for somebody to arguably bypass sanctions, whatever the sanctions might be there for, this is the real takeaway from this article. Tether vows to freeze assets after Venezuela looks into crypto bypass well. Tether vows to freeze assets. Tether is a stablecoin. It's supposed to be aiding us in decentralized finance, but how can I do decentralized finance if a centralized entity like Tether is going to freeze my assets if they disagree with me? That's a little bit concerning for Tether, to be honest with you guys. You know, that's one of the reasons that tokens like, and here's a great example really quick. That's a great reason why tokens like Arcadico could potentially be revolutionary, specifically the USDA token, the Arcadico stablecoin, a true DeFi oriented stablecoin, and that's just one for Bitcoin. We could see a variety of other ones out there, and I'm sure there's other ones out there today that I just don't know off the top of my head, but that's the danger of a Tether-like player. It's kind of a centralized entity. They're kind of telling people what they cannot do. This kind of takes me back to the time where Canada had some truckers that were protesting, and the Canadian government said, we're going to lock your bank accounts because we don't agree with your protest, which is not free speech. So people were going around their locked bank accounts and trying to support the truckers by giving them cryptocurrency and sending crypto to them so they could eat and live and do what they were doing and say what they had to say. So this was a very interesting story, guys. Tether, we got to keep an eye on this. Freezing assets, to a point, there needs to be some kind of accountability for a variety of countries, but at the same time, is this DeFi, and it's an interesting question. Little update on Bitcoin runes. At one point, Bitcoin runes made up 57.7% of transactions on the halving day. That is absolutely incredible, accounting for over half of Bitcoin's transactions on halving day, showing how popular these runes are. And let me just go really quick over to the node monkeys, which are one of the top pre-runes token ordinals out there. This thing is way down right now, way down from its highs, and there's a little bit of a sell-off going. Now, as for my strategy surrounding these runes, I do own some runes. What's my strategy with them, guys? Set them and forget them. Why? Because, again, I believe that a broader bull market is upon us, and I do think that at some point here, soon, we're going to have a parabolic run to the upside for crypto overall. Could that come after 1 or 2 months of sideways action? Yes, it's certainly possible, guys, but more broadly speaking, I am bullish on Bitcoin and crypto. Here's the rune stones, which were at a 0.06, 0.08 even. I think I bought mine at 0.08, so I'm down like 75% on this. But the reason I bought this is for my dog token airdrop, which I actually ended up getting. And so, little update, the Leonidas NFT account, Leonidas, the guy that sent out all these rune stones, I believe, officially, and his team, they did the airdrop for the dog token, which is one of the rune tokens on this new token standard for Bitcoin. He's talking about, what some of the market caps would be and what the price of the airdrop is. If it gets to a $100 billion market cap, which would be the biggest meme coin in history, very unlikely, the airdrop would actually be worth 13 Bitcoin, or about $889,000. That's very unlikely, but I could certainly see this thing going up to a $1 billion market cap potentially. I think it's already at a $250 million market cap, and so I think that the airdrop was worth probably about $2,300 already, and so I'm a little bit down on this investment, but again, these runes, as you can see here, made up 57.7% of transactions on halving day. And when I bought my BRC20 tokens, the Bitcoin BRC20 token standard tokens for the first time, those were dead too. And then all of a sudden they had some kind of crazy revival once the market started to rip up around that October news around BlackRock and the fake news story that's kind of got this bull market really started. Anyway, there's a little update for you on some of the things that I've been talking about. Again, I did buy some stacks today, a big bag of stacks. Watch my video later today. Here's where the market's at. It's down. These markets are down a little bit today. Why? Because Bitcoin is down as well today. So just something to be aware of. Why are all my altcoins down today? It's because Bitcoin's down today, my friends. That's just how she plays out. Other big news in crypto. Brazil's largest digital bank, Nubank, now allows their customers to withdraw their Bitcoin. We are seeing Bitcoin banks cooperate more with Bitcoin, more so than we've ever seen before. It's a very exciting thing, my friends. There's just story after story showing very bullish things, and this was one of the most excellent stories that I saw recently about Tesla. Tesla reveals that none of their $711 million worth of Bitcoin was sold in Q1 of 2024. They're holding almost $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Now, let's take a peek at what happened with Tesla yesterday and even today. Oh, would you look at that? So we find out now, first, this came after earnings, right? So earnings happened and Tesla started to move. Tesla really started to move very, very well here recently. Oh, wow, Tesla's way down. And here we are. It's actually breaking out right now. But Tesla started to move big time yesterday. Why? Because of this Q1 earnings, they were looking pretty good. But I think the biggest reason for that is because people like the fact that Elon Musk and his company did not sell any Bitcoin. They own almost $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Same reason that people buy Coinbase stock or Robinhood stock. I believe it's because when you look at Coinbase stock and Robinhood stock, they are also two massive holders of cryptocurrency, just like MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy has been booming with crypto. Why? Because you're basically investing in a big-time crypto holder that you think holds billions of dollars, is going to make a ton of money and show great profitability. And I agree. So Tesla is doing well today, and I don't believe it's because of the earnings. I believe it's because they came out and they announced that they're still holding all that Bitcoin. Personally, that's my personal opinion. I think that people will disagree with that, but that's okay. Otherwise, let's talk about call a little bit. So we've got 3 daily green candles in a row and some very nice spikes to the upside for call. What is going on with this? Do I have the Crow with Knife army in the chat yet? If I don't, you guys got to go out in that Discord. You got to get them at. Greedy Panda says, does the halving mean alts were cut in half? Well, they were cut in half. And so great discount to buy the dip, right? Lip is the hardest working crypto vlogger. Who's Lip? I'm curious. I've never heard of that person. Thanks, John. Shout out to John. Shout out to Chef X3. Shout out to my name. He's up 3x already on most coins. Did you get the airdrop for the dog token? Yes, I did, Waldo. Did you, my brother? Very beautiful thing. John says, no HBAR Crow Nation. No, hey, we welcome all coin communities in this channel because there's a lot of ways to make some money. But yeah, Ka is doing pretty darn well. It is up 2% on the day, but earlier today, this thing was up much, much more. Now I made some moves today that I want to share with you. Now, if you don't know the story about Crow with Knife, let me tell it. Now, if go into that Discord and get those Crow with Knife people in here because they're going to enjoy this. Go get those Crow with Knife people, friends. Somebody go in that Discord and send this link and say, get in because Crypto Kip's talking about Crow with Knife. But so Crow with Knife, guys, is currently sitting at 7015 at a $11 million market cap. And it's got $551,000 of liquidity, which is a great ratio of liquidity to the market cap. Very good, honestly, as is. What we're seeing in the overall Cronos meme coin ecosystem is very interesting right now. I'm going to take a look at the Mary token right now, the mystery token, which all of a sudden today absolutely got crushed by a whale that sold, but that doesn't mean anything, guys. Whales come, whales go. This is a very low market cap coin. A lot of volatility on these things, but again, this thing was pumping, came down a little bit of a retracement. Crop token has a $23 million worth of liquidity. It's locked, which is awesome as well. $36 million market cap. Looks like there's some selling going on. Who knows? Maybe the bleeding stops. Maybe it doesn't. We'll have to see how it plays out. Obviously, the Crease token as well, having some really, really rough sell-offs, guys. Really rough sell-offs. Well, what's going on? What are these projects doing to keep excitement going is kind of the question that you have to ask yourself, right? There's a bunch of coins out there, and I could go through a bunch, but these are some of the top most, trending ones, at least on Deck Screener right now. Well, what if I told you that, Crow with Knife is been voted many times, the most popular meme coin on Cronos, and you don't have to take my word for that. You can go over to VVS Finance, to their Twitter yourself, and you could look through a variety. And they've got another vote out right now as well, as you can see, and I'm gonna get into some of this, but they got another vote out as of yesterday. Another vote for the top meme, and I bet anything that Ka is going to be the top meme again. They continuously, time and time again, continuously be the top meme. You can see all the top memes. They've gotten voted 4 times in a row, and now recently they did a poll. VVS did a poll, and again, so how do you know if your coin's going to do well? How do you know how strong a community is? Well, you got to look at the activity that's going on. Now, VVS Finance is the largest DEX on Cronos. People call Cronos a dead chain. It's not a dead chain anymore, my friends. There's a lot of activity going on. Now, compared to a Solana, it's very infantile, right? But that means that you're early potentially. Maybe we never get as big as Solana. Maybe we do. That's not the point. The point is something that is small is growing bigger. There's more excitement going on. And if you go across all YouTubers and a lot of influencers, for example, I was listening to George this morning from Cryptos R Us, and, he made a great point, and he was talking about, I think he was talking about Pepe. I think he was a dog with hat he was talking about, which has insane buying pressure right now. You cannot ignore the meme tokens, because if there's a community that's there, and if you're a chain, say you want to be a successful chain like Avalanche, like Solana, what do you have to do to be a successful chain? What do you have to do to facilitate excitement on your chain? Well, as a community, and what do I mean by community? I mean, looking at the largest DEX, Jupiter, looking at the largest DEX, VVS Finance, looking at the largest DEX, Trader Joe on Avalanche, whatever it might be, looking at these, what are they doing? Are they facilitating more excitement for their ecosystem? And VVS Finance is doing a great job, and I give them a lot of credit here. They did this poll. They got the Crow with Knife Army excited yesterday. This thing had 2,500 votes, which was pretty good. 18K views, not a tremendous amount of views, but for the Cronos ecosystem, that's pretty good. And they put out a vote. Accept CAW tokens in the next IMO, a pre-sale that's going on right now. It's called Senior Dip, and match it with Crow to boost your call liquidity. So what are they doing here? Essentially, guys, there is a new pre-sale that is on right now. It's happening right at this very moment. Now, if you go over to VVS Finance, and please do your own research. Please be careful, guys. This is not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, what I'm paying attention to, what's going on in the space right now. There's a pre-sale going on for this Senior Dip token. Buy the Dip coin. Dip is the ticker. And you can see some of the circulating supply, some of the things going on here. There's going to be 35% of the supply in this pre-sale. 100% of the LP tokens are going to be burned. And the way you can invest in this is by sending Crow or CAW to this address right here. And you do that in your DeFi wallet. If you send it on a centralized exchange, you're in big trouble. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. You have to send it from a DeFi wallet. So you either need Crow or CAW in a DeFi wallet. Now, if you're a CAW holder, let me explain something to you, okay? I myself sold 177 billion CAW tokens, roughly $2,600 worth of Crow with Knife tokens. I contributed about $2,600 worth of Crow with Knife tokens to this address for this pre-sale. Why did I do it? Not necessarily because I'm super excited about a pre-sale or I'm super excited about this token doing tremendously well. It very well may. You never know. I think there's going to be a lot of selling pressure when this token launches. But, you might make money right out of the gate. It's very risky. Do your own research, do it accordingly. But the reason that I bought this token and why I put money towards this pre-sale is not because I'm excited about this tortilla chip token. The reason I did it is because I've already got a lot of Crow with Knife. It's done very well for me. I'm about a 2x up on it for my initial investment. Maybe actually I'm about 40% up on my investment. I didn't get in early. I didn't catch 100x, like some of the other people did and when they did the pre-sale, right? But I wanted to support the community. And I'm doing that because, guys, what's going on here is actually insane. What VVS Finance is doing is they are going to, for all the CAW, the Crow with Knife tokens that you send to this pre-sale, they are going to match 1-for-1, dollar to dollar, Cronos coins and do a CAW Crow liquidity pool to support the CAW liquidity, which is incredible. There is a cap on this. 10% of the entire cost supply they're willing to accept and match, which means we can get it's about $2 million of extra liquidity. Now, remember, guys, the Crow with Knife token is already at an $11 million market cap, which is big enough where you don't have to be as scared of a rug, right? But small enough where you could see this thing have a 10x and go to 100 million, and it's still relatively cheap when you compare it to some of the other meme tokens out there, given Cronos chain is a little less exciting. But Crow with Knife is also on Solana. It's also on Bitmart. It's also on some centralized exchanges. And the biggest thing to this is, how does this thing get listed on crypto.com? If it gets listed on crypto.com, will it have some awesome price momentum to the upside? Well, when Crob got listed on crypto.com, Crob had its big leg up. When Crob got listed on crypto.com, it basically went from here to here, right? And it all of a sudden went up like 3x in a day. That was crazy. And that's like a $36 million market cap coin. I mean, that's a lot of money to flow in. And again, this is a much smaller market cap token. But what do centralized exchanges look at when they're trying to list a token? And how likely is it that this token gets listed? And guys, honestly, with this move from VVS Finance, it gets a lot more likely. Why? Because if all of a sudden this $2 million of liquidity is put in to this liquidity pool because people go to this dip pre-sale, all of a sudden we're going to have like 2.5 or almost $3 million worth of liquidity on an $11 million market cap coin. And that is one of the biggest things that an exchange looks for. They look for a vibrant community. They look for a lot of liquidity. They look for a coin that the wallets are distributed very fairly. And the dev didn't even allocate himself any money. He just bought in the presale. Destruction just bought in the presale, just like you and me could have, just like everybody else out there. The distribution on the Crow with Knife token is honestly pretty fair. It's just, if you bought, you bought, and, if you're buying, you're buying, and you can become a whale with not an insane amount of money at this point in time. Maybe it's an insane amount of money to some people. That's all relative, but this thing and this move by VVS is huge. And here's the craziest part about it all. 10% of the cost supply is what they're willing to accept. Well, where are they right now? Guys, in what? It started at 3 a.m. this morning, my time right now. It has been 9 hours. In 9 hours out of a 24-hour day, and there's 24 hours this pre-sale is going on, there has already been 25.83% of the cap of CA that you can contribute been sent to this address, which means we already know that there's an extra 500K of liquidity coming, give or take, to the Crow with Knife token. This is something that gets pretty exciting for the Crow with Knife holders to hope for and get excited about a potential crypto.com exchange listing. The other piece to this is just seeing VVS Finance come up with a deal, reach out to the dev for Crow with Knife Destruction, and strike a deal, like such a legitimate deal, shows you that they're taking Crow with Knife seriously. And if VVS Finance is taking Crow with Knife seriously, well, look what happened with Crob. It got listed. I think that there's a good chance that this dip token is going to be probably one of the better memes that launched. Now, the dip's going to be there's going to be a crazy dip, I think, because here's what I think is going to happen with this token. I think that a lot of Crow with Knife holders are reluctant, because if you say, okay, let's say you send your Crow with Knife tokens to this presale. What happens? They're gone. You lose them. You don't get your Crow with Knife tokens anymore. But what you do get is you get an allocation of the dip tokens when the token actually launches, which could launch tomorrow. I think it launches tomorrow. We'll see exactly. I don't have exactly when it launches yet. I don't know yet. But what I think is going to happen is a lot of people that contribute to try to increase the liquidity pool. And that's why this thing's got a lot of buying going on right now, because people are trying to grow the liquidity pool. The Crow with Knife team right now, and the investors in Crow with Knife, they're going crazy in the Discord. It's a beautiful thing. They're doing everything, scraping up all the funds they can to donate to increase liquidity. Why? Because they have a long-term vision to increase liquidity, to increase the attractiveness for new buyers, and increase the attractiveness for exchanges to list it as well. So if you contribute your CAW tokens, you get dip tokens in return. But when the token launches, my prediction is that most everybody is going to sell 80% to maybe 100% of their dip tokens and go right back into CAW, which means two things. One, be aware of a big dip, maybe even an awesome buy the dip opportunity on the dip token, pun intended. Be also prepared to take profit right out of the gate when this dip token launches, because I think there's going to be a huge sell-off for all the Crow with Knife people contributing the CAW. But then also, I think you got to be prepared for when they start selling off their CAW, or excuse me, when they start selling off their dip tokens, where are they going to put it? The people that contributed CAW to the dip pre-sale to boost the CAW liquidity, where do you think that they're going to sell their dip tokens into? They're going to sell it into Crow with Knife, guys, which means there is now a whole nother boatload of money that can come back in. There's locked liquidity. All the money you sent to the pre-sales in there, it's locked in liquidity, and you get your money back. You can sell your dip tokens, put it back in Crow. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm not telling you exactly how it's going to play out. I'm just telling you how I think it might play out. This is just my thought on it. We'll see how it plays out, guys. I don't really know. George did talk about 100K to 115K Bitcoin. We'll see how it plays out, guys. But anyway, that's my take on Crow with Knife. I'm very bullish on it still. I mean, if this thing doesn't take out new highs soon, the only reason I would imagine it wouldn't is honestly because of a broader Bitcoin sell-off. And right now, Bitcoin's holding on. The sell-off from this morning might finally have a plug in the bottom of the boat, hopefully, and the bleeding is over, I would hope. But very excited to see the progress on the Crow with Knife thing. A lot of good things going on in crypto, guys. Great dips still available to buy for all you guys out there. And, you know, big crypto sale, right? There's a lot of big crypto sales right now. Look at Solana. Solana was up to $220. It's down to $152. Stacks token was all the way up to $3.80. It's all the way down to $2.70 right now. Bitcoin was up to 74K. It's currently down at 64,900. So many people so often on Twitter, on this channel, in the comments, they ask a lot about, oh, I wish there was another dip so I could buy. Are you buying this dip? Because I know there's a lot of people often that really, really, really talk about buying dips, but do you buy the dip? You got to put your money where your mouth is, people. If you really have an investment strategy and you believe in it, then, you got to take the chance, right? And that's on your own research, on your own financial advice to yourself, because not from me, because I don't do financial advice. Thanks, Waldo. I appreciate that. Yeah, Black Sea had a big bag of Jupiter that he bought, and I bought a big bag of stacks recently. Yeah, guys, we're positioned for this bull market. We're ready to go. It's a beautiful thing. Each his own too. He's got some stacks as well. I got some stacks. He's got Jupiter. I don't have Jupiter, but I got a lot more memes. It's, everybody's got their own strategies. And so that's one of the cool things about this channel is you have two different perspectives, me and my partner, Black Sea, which we both agree on so many things, but two different strategies at any given time. Absolutely. So just, follow the channel, subscribe if you're interested in that perspective. We got 59 viewers, 23 likes. Do me a favor, guys, and smash the like button. If you want to become a member on this channel, like Waldo, like Crypto Runner, like some of the other people highlighted in green on this channel, like John16, you get access to our private Discord if you sign up as a member. You can sign up in the link in the description down below. Check it out. If you want to trade some of the volatility, and let's say you're eyeballing Bitcoin right now and you think this candle's going to go green and we're going to come right back up and this was a fake out this morning. Well, maybe you want to long Bitcoin. Well, you can sign up for FEMEX down below. But honestly, guys, I like to wait more so for moments here. Like maybe here. Here. Or maybe here, right? If it's up here, maybe you short it. If it's down here, maybe you long it. In here, who knows where it's going to go, right? Either back up to the top of this channel or back down to the bottom. But one thing that I am definitely keeping an eye on for sure would be this previous all-time high for Bitcoin, which is right at doop. Previous all-time high is right about here. So we could probably get up to, at the very least, this green line, maybe get some resistance up there. In fact, that's what I was expecting to see happen. I was expecting us to get up here, see some resistance, but we didn't even get there yet. So still some games going on. Buying, selling, trading. Nobody knows what's coming next. Now, on the polls, I put out a poll for you guys, and the question of the day is, will crypto have an extended cool-off period in 2024? 58% of you guys say yes, and 42% of you guys say no. Okay. I say we might have 1 to 2 months, but it might not happen this month, and it might not happen next month. It might happen this month. Maybe this is as bad as it gets this month. Maybe next month is bullish, and then maybe the next 2 months are red. Or maybe next month is mega green, and the next month is insanely red, and then we get like 2 small green ones, and then a red one, and then all green or something. This can play out a million ways, and so, it's fun to guess and try to make predictions, but also it's also important to know that you can't predict exactly what happens. Mr. Wright got some more stacks and some more ZBit today. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. I like to see the DCA. You don't, so Luna Classic Maxi does not believe in 100K Bitcoin, but you believe in Luna Classic? Ha. Ha. Luna Classic. That's one coin. I don't know. But hey, at least the Luna Classic Maxi's got 18 billion COD, just DCAing. I love it. It's got a $320 million market cap for the dog token. That's unbelievable. That's great to see. Great to see. All right, let's do a little Q&A, guys. I'm going to put on this music. I'll be right back. Little Q&A. Throw some questions at me. We'll do the Q&A. We'll do it live. Okie dokie, okie dokie. We got 58 viewers and 30 likes. Welcome to the Crypto Report. My name is Crypto Kip. We just did a whole live stream, but guys, now it's time to hang out a little bit and just enjoy the show that is crypto through my lunch break. We're doing this live stream for a lunch break today. Beautiful. Got some more cold calls to make later on. I sell insurance during the day. I do crypto by night, and I do crypto by day too. Do a lot of things. I went golfing at 6 a.m. this morning and played my worst round of the year. Very sad, very sad. But I got out this morning, did 9 holes. 9 holes with a buddy. Got home by 7:50 a.m. I got up at 6. I was up at 3 a.m. this morning, which is when I bought my stacks. And today, we got the croakers in the... Do we have the croakers in the chat now? I got to admit, the Croak Army, they made the second most noise next to Crow with Knife. I'm impressed. I can't back the token at this point. I don't have any... Oh, wait, I do. I got some airdrops to me. Oh, Luna Classic Maxi. No, Bitcoin's not going to 100K today. No, of course not. Oh, I thought that's what you were saying. My bad. I threw shade at you. I take it back. No. Bitcoin's not going to 100K today. If it does, though, well, that would be great. We got the croakers coming. Are we gonna have a battle of Crow with Knife? You gotta get the Crow with Knife guys in here too. We need to have a battle of the Cronos memes in my chat right now. CH is asking possible price this bull market. Look, conservatively. Conservatively, I think this thing could get to 50 million easily. I think it could get to 100 million easily. And anything over that, you know, guys, tough. 10x from here, I think, is easy, especially with the Crypto.com exchange listing. But we need the Cronos chain to do more. And we need more exchange listings. If this thing goes like multi-chain, big time, and Solana people get into it too, then that could change the narrative. But It needs to break off from just being a Cronos meme to being just a great meme. And it is, I think, but it's got a lot of work to do, and it's certainly headed in the right direction. I'm very excited about it. So. What's tomorrow? Uh-oh, here we go. The battle has begun. You think $100 million market cap for CAW? Yeah, that'd be great. I'd make a good couple hundo. How we doing, Rubber? Good to see you, man. I see you talking to me about some of those other tokens. I just can't pull the trigger on any other meme right now on Cronos. You know, and I'm glad I'm glad I didn't at this point because, you know, man, when I was really getting excited about Mary, just as it always happens, right? Look what happened, right? I was getting excited about it here, and look what happened. I didn't pull the trigger. Crob, if you FOMO'd in, you're getting hurt a little bit. Let's say you bought the top. You're down about 30%, which is not that bad. Not that bad. Crease. Oh, this one got wrecked. You know, I think that Crease token, look, not going to FUD it. No FUD. No FUD. But I think they took the wrong approach with the... It was fun to make fun of Chris Marziak a little bit, just to have a little playful fun, but I think their memes took it a little too far. I gave them some advice, and they didn't really take my advice. And I exited the token, and I didn't, before anybody thinks that, like, I dumped on the community, which I certainly didn't do. I actually sold basically at break even with my Crease tokens, and thankfully, I threw it all into CAW, and that's held up tremendously. You know, all these coins are, you know, let's see how, like, Nuts is doing, actually. Yeah, like, this one's just got wrecked. You don't even see Chucky. I never liked the Chucky meme just because it's creepy. And then, obviously, because we got the Croak boys here, I'll give them a look-see. Let's see how your Croak coin's doing, huh? Just because you guys are here. This thing's been going up. It's been going up. It's holding stronger than some of the others for now. I wish everybody's meme tokens the best success. I hope everybody makes millions of dollars on all these memes. And whether you're in the Cronos ecosystem or in the Solana ecosystem, guys, or in the Stacks ecosystem, you know, this one's got a very low market cap, 594K, but it does have a decent amount of partially locked liquidity. I don't know what that half lock thing means, but you know, let's see what's going on with these token holders. Let's do a little deep dive in your Croak here, because you guys have been very vocal. I'm just curious, and I already Crow with Knifed hard. I'm gonna go back to Crow with Knife here in a second. I know the Crow with Knife people don't like when I talk about any of the other ones, but it's good to kind of see what your, oh, I hate saying this, competition is. And out of the gates, here's something that's glaring to me about Croaky, and you know, it's I'd be curious to see. I don't know who Porter is. I don't know who Croaky, well, marketing, okay, Croaky marketing, that speaks for itself. But a lot of big holders on this token. So, not like that's a problem, but that's a kind of scary thing for new buyers to come in. And so for me to get into a token, I'm looking for, you know, not giant whales like this. I mean, let's see, because you can see, like, what percentage of the, like, the top 100 holders probably hold, like, 80% of the supply, which is kind of intense. But hey, you know, it's a meme. That happens all the time. So it doesn't mean anything. But it's something to look at. Anyway, what's important about a meme coin is community, and they've done a great job, and they're in the chat right now, and shout out to you guys. Thanks for hopping in, and that's why I'm looking at your coin, and you know, you guys have been loud, and so I appreciate that, and you guys have been respectful to all the other communities. The Crease guys were not respectful to the other tokens. As were some of these other guys, not as much. The Mary community was pretty cool, but this whale dumping ain't that cool. But you never know. Whales come, whales go. That's how it always goes. So just something to be aware of. But one of the things that I love about Crow with Knife so much is this. If you look at the top holders, and yep, you're going to see something here in a second. The number one holder, his name is Destruction. Who is Destruction? He is the lead dev for this project. How does he own 2.8% of the supply? He put in $3,000 into the pre-sale. There was another guy in the crypto Twitter space, in the Cronos space, called Brumana, who got a lot of flack. Maybe not deserved. Maybe. I don't know. You tell me what you think. But he was a whale. He was dumping every time there was an announcement, which is, you know, buy the rumor, sell the news. Hey, guy made 100x. Can't blame a guy for taking profits. But anyway, he was a big holder. I think he's gone. He could have come back with a new wallet. Hard to ignore the biggest meme on Cronos right now. But to highlight this for you guys, you know, 2.8%. There's a couple people, and these are like contracts, right? I think these are like exchanges, and so when you see these little contracts, it's a little different. Excuse me. Excuse me. But I like the distribution of these wallets a lot more, and if you look around, you might see, some familiar names, right? So, something to be aware of. I want to be transparent with you guys. I hold a lot of Crow with Knife. I have no affiliation with the dev. I've got no sponsorships with anything Cronos at all. I just like Cronos. I like the Cronos coin. I like crypto.com. And I think that meme coin manias are good for ecosystems. It's not good to get rugged, so you got to make sure you're not investing in a rug. But at this point, Crow with Knife specifically has proven the test of time. It already got an exchange listing outside of crypto.com. And now, with this going on, I think there's, and now, oh wow, 2% more was just contributed up to 27.95%, almost 28% of the max allocation allowed for CRAW is already there. Keep going, guys. Now, if you support Crow with Knife and you own a bunch of Crow with Knife tokens and you want to support the community, well, one way to do it would be contributing to this pre-sale. And the only reason I'm talking about this pre-sale is honest because pre-sales are very scary to talk about, but it's through VVS Finance. But please be careful, guys, because just as an example, some other tokens that were pre-sale, and let's just use two as an example. One, Crob. Look what happened with Crob right out of the gates. Pre-sale launch, guess what happened? Big sell-off day one. If you had bought on the top, you are at even right now. You're literally at break even. You didn't win money, you didn't lose money if you didn't panic sell. But this thing crashed 30% in the first day after ripping to the top. Sell off. It crashed very low. Let's see about the peak. You could have sold it at 30, 35, 40% loss. You also could have then taken advantage of the fact that you knew a pre-sale is going to have a sell-off in the beginning because they always do. Bought that dip, you could have, doubled your money if you had sold at the top there. But most people are probably at break even. I bet a lot of people took losses here, and a lot of people are probably in the profit that bought down here as well. But huge market cap on this play. So, but other pre-sales that happened, like let's look at Ryoshi. This was another pre-sale, I believe, that happened for Cronos. Let's see here. I think this is it. Again, another pre-sale. What happened? Big sell-off day one. So just be aware of that, guys. If you are going to contribute, you're more so doing it to support Crow with Knife and take a chance of maybe getting a big gain on first day and selling off and then going through some pain. And like this token, I bet you this is going to have a comeback at some point. Honestly, Ryoshi, propped up by VVS Finance. Guys, this thing's probably going to do very, very well at some point. At some point. We got 91 viewers and 44 likes. I'm talking about your memes, friends. I'm talking about the memes in the ecosystem that I love. Anthony W. is loving it. He's loving the caw thing. Loving it. We got the Crokies in the chat. We got Mr. Dip, Mr. Hops in the chat. A lot of Crow with Knife battling going on. The Croaks versus the Crow with Knives in the chat. All right, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and look at my poll. Now, I put out a poll. Last chance to vote on my poll. Will we have an extended cool-off period in 2024? It's 50-50 right now. Actually, 52% in favor of the no's. People are not expecting a cool-off period now. Majority. It's 50-50. It's a split decision right now. Excuse me. Excuse me. man. I was muted. So we had some fun. We're going to do a new poll. Let's do a new poll. Here's the battle. What is your favorite Cronos meme? Cronos meme coin. Is it Crob? Is it Ka? Is it Croak? Or what's the other one I should put on? What's the other one? I got Crob, Ka, Croak. What else? What's the other one? What's the other one you guys want to see? First one to the table. I got Crob, Ka, and Croak because you guys are here. Give me a fourth one you want as an option, and I will throw it in. Just for a vote. We're gonna do a little vote. Corgi AI. That's the one. Corgi AI. Go ahead and vote. Go ahead and vote, my friends. Let's see who wins. I think I know who's going to win. It's going to be a battle, I think, between Ka and Croak because those communities are the loudest. But I think Ka is going to win by a landslide. I think Crow with Knife is going to win by a landslide. We'll see. We'll see. Let me go back here. Yeah, I mean, it's really amazing what's happened with this token, though, guys. 28% right now. 28% of the max. There are... Oh, what do we got? We got, like, 14 hours left for everybody to allocate if they want to this to support the liquidity pool for Crow with Knife. VVS is then going to own a lot of the supply, which is awesome. They're going to lock it up for a year, but they also raised $37,000 as a community, Crow with Knife community, for a centralized exchange listing. So very impressive. But again, that Croak army is pretty strong, and you know, what the price again, I don't love the wallet distributions. I'm just going to be honest. I don't love the wallet distributions on that token, which has been the biggest thing holding me back from buying it in any capacity. I mean, but also because, like, I've already got so many meme coins and it's tough. No one likes the lab-grown crab, says RGV. And I've felt that sentiment in the market. I felt that sentiment. Skossum says, I don't need any more meme coins in my portfolio. And you know what, Skossum? I can relate. I can relate. In fact, I put out this tweet just the other day. Let's talk about this real quick. Hold on. But yeah, I mean, I've done these votes before. Crow with Knife comes out on top a lot. By the way, we are almost at 17,000 subscribers, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel because we're making history, people. We're making history. But what did I say? I own too many meme coins. I'm bullish, so I can relate to you, my friend. And here's the community, right? And this is what I'm saying. These Croak guys are pretty strong. They're pretty strong in the chat, but so are the Crow with Knife. So is the Crow with Knife army, I'll tell you. So is the Crow with Knife army. Actually, I'm surprised they didn't raid this tweet. I'm surprised. Right now, Ka is just winning by a landslide in this poll. Mr. Hop says, VVS clearly determines the meme space on Cronos. You know, and I agree, which is why this move by VVS backing Crow with Knife with this special deal for this whole fundraising thing, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. 93 viewers, 52 likes. Luna Classic Maxi says, sell everything for Luna Classic. I think that's a great way to lose all your money. I can't stand the token because I can't stand the head. You know, it's a scam. It was a scam. It was the head guy. It was world-class rug, essentially. The stablecoin collapsed. These tokens are dead. Terra Luna is a thing of the past. And I don't FUD projects. I really don't, guys. But that one, an FTX, no. Celsius, bye-bye. All those things, gone. Even Binance, I had some reluctancy for, which, Binance token's fine, even though CZ is probably going to prison. He's one of the wealthiest men in the world. Unbelievable. VVS equals CDC cost. CDC listing confirmed, says Louis B for a $1.99 super chat. Well, I don't know. Look, CDC listing's not confirmed, but it's looking more likely with this, and we're just watching this increase live on stream, which is a beautiful thing. Very curious to see how this whole pre-sale plays out, guys. Very curious. And again, I'm not telling you guys to buy this. I'm just letting you know what's going on, okay? And I bought about $2,600 worth of the dip because, again, I wanted to contribute to this liquidity pool for CAW. And so, that's what I did. And I'm going to sell most of my dip tokens almost immediately. So that's my strategy. And then I may buy some back on the dip just because I like that they're kind of partnering up with Crow here, and Crow with Knife. And so I think that this token, from that perspective, given that it's kind of supporting one of the biggest memes on Cronos that we've seen since Corgi AI, I think that could prove pretty nice. We'll see. I could do a dip giveaway. Yeah, maybe I'll do that tomorrow on my live stream or something. I'll do a $100 dip giveaway or something on my live stream tomorrow. Sure. And maybe I'll give away $100 worth of CAW too. Tomorrow, when this thing launches. Let's do that. Tomorrow, I'll do a giveaway. I'll give away like $200 tomorrow. Let's see here. I'm gonna go over to Bitcoin, see what's going on with BTC. We took 65K back. That's great. That's great. Yeah, a lot of Crow and Knife fans. 82% of the vote going in favor of CAW. No surprise there, guys. No surprise there. They got their finger on the pulse. Which in crypto, overall, you gotta have your finger on the pulse. And the community needs to be strong, and the community is certainly very strong. Oh man, I don't like Luna Classic, but I like this Luna Classic Maxi guy. He makes me crack up. You give me the slow troll in the chat. I like it. I like it. You tickled me, Luna Classic Maxi. Scossum's also been thinking Vara might be good. Yeah, I mean, another one I'm looking at is Veller. Right? We talked a lot about Alex Labs and how I've been bullish on Alex Labs because it's the super app for all things Bitcoin DeFi, getting into the BRC20 space, getting into stacks. Well, now Veller is the most prevalent place to trade stacks tokens, and that token is probably undervalued as well. Louis B says, thanks for the super chat. Oh, thanks for both super chat. I didn't thank you for your first super chat. Thank you for your super chat, Louis. Both your super chats. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'd be happy to look at that for you because you gave me a little super chat. Of course I'll take a peek at it for you. Yeah, I know what you're looking at though, because the volume, man. And so you got to be careful because, by the way, Crow with there's another Caw, Hunter's Dream, blah blah. That's not it. Crow with Knife is what you want. Just a crow with a knife. When you're looking at the price, okay. And if we want to look at the liquidity, again, Bitmart, look what's going on, guys. Oh, in the last 24 hours, there's been 1.5 million dollars worth of volume in the last 24 hours on Bitmart, and about $812,000 worth on VVS as well. $230,000 worth on MMF, 31,000 on Ebisu base DEX. Not so bad. And only, 5,000 on Jupiter. Jupiter still not super huge volume from the Solana ecosystem, but more on Radium. But pretty nice to see the centralized exchange. This is the benefit of centralized exchange listings, guys. This is the benefit of that. So that's great to see. Thanks for the super chat. We got 90 viewers, 59 likes. Do me a favor and smash the like button. What is your favorite meme coin? Go ahead and vote in that poll that I threw out there for you guys. I'm very curious what your opinions are. Luna Classic Maxi bought 3 runestones at 0.019. What do you guys think? I think that was an awesome buy. I think that's a better bet than Terra Luna. Or Luna Classic or whatever. Luna Classic, Terra Luna, either one. Forget them. Runestone, maybe. When the FUD is high, what do? You buy the red candles. You bought the red candles, my friend. Nice work. Nice work. Yeah, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what he's talking about now. Because, again, these runes were a big part of the conversation. Let's just go over to Magic Eden. Let's look at the Bitcoin tokens. Excuse me, the Bitcoin ordinals. These are the runestones. They are the top in all of ordinals in terms of volume. Highest volume in all of ordinals is the runestone. With you got it at what? What'd you get? You said you got... Look at all these super chats today. Luna Classic Maxi says thanks for the giveaway tomorrow. I'll do that giveaway tomorrow. I'll give $100 worth of Crow with Knife out, and I'll give $100 worth of dip just in honor of the exciting event. JDX just had a mind-blowing thought, too. CDC is now the #1 CAW bag holder. Well, technically, yeah, VVS is, and so that's kind of CDC in a way. You're not wrong, because now all the money that's been contributed to this liquidity pool, yeah, and that's what they need in order to get an exchange listing, guys. That's exactly what they'd get. And thank you so much for that super chat, Luna Classic Maxi. I appreciate that a lot. Michael Lopez thinks, I think a lot of people bought the wrong cost. Certainly did, probably. So just crow with knife, right? Don't buy the wrong one if you're buying it. Anyway, so Luna Classic Maxi bought the runestones at 0.019. He's already in the profit, and that's what you do, guys. When you see a very hot thing, again, I did a story earlier saying that like 57% of all the transactions that happened on Bitcoin, 57% of all the transactions that happened on Bitcoin on the day of the halving were on the runes. And so, again, what do? We buy low, sell high, and guess what? This Luna Classic Maxi bought the very bottom so far. Nice work. Nice work. Thanks for the super chat, and congratulations on that purchase, because you're already up. And, what a beautiful dip to buy, potentially. Hopefully this thing recovers, because there's more airdrops coming. People, sold this off like that's the last airdrop. The dog token was airdropped. There's still 2 other airdrops coming. So I think this thing's going to get scooped back up when he starts teasing the other airdrops. Becco is asking, CryptoKip, what do you think about the next sex that Destruction will announce? Which one? Ooh. Well, if we don't organically get a Crypto.com exchange listing from this whole collaboration that's going on with VVS like we've talked about, which is so exciting for Crow with Knife, well, then what we might get is, because the story is, and oh, wow, look at this. Oh, use a rubber. Oh, here he goes. You got the turtle coin. I'll look at turtle for you. Use a rubber. I'll look at turtle, but with caution, I'll look at it. But thank you for your super chat, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. So I'll take a peek at it. I know it's a Cronos meme. I know you've been talking a lot about it. In West Texas Crypto now gifting memberships. Oh, Luna Classic Maxi got a gifted membership. Get in the Discord, Luna Classic Maxi. Get in the Discord. But anyway, so back to that question I was asked, where do you think the exchange listing is going to be? Just so you guys know, and let's when I answer your question, I'm going to do it the best I can. Again, Crow with Knife is kind of going up and to the right slowly over time, still showing nice gains here, actually moving back up again right now. This big red candle, see this big red wick, how it closed up high? You know what this wick was? This was the lead dev destruction, selling off, but not to dump on the holders. That's not the point of this. Why did he sell this off? Because, to the point of somebody earlier, he is aiming for more exchange listings. He secured $100,000 worth of profit that he's going to use to basically buy, this is the rumor, the next exchange listing. Just like the community raised $37,000 for the Bitmark exchange listing, well, now we're looking for another exchange listing. What will it be? I don't know. Maybe it could be KuCoin. He said he didn't want to do MEXC. It could be KuCoin. It could be Bybit. It could be hopefully something big like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be surprised to see it be something smaller, or maybe two smaller ones. Like, let's look at what some of the top exchanges are out there. Bybit would be huge. I could see KuCoin happening. Crypto.com could happen organically because of this whole deal now. Gate.io would be definitely one I'd keep an eye on. That could be certainly a potential candidate. Gate.io could certainly be a candidate. Bitmart's ranked number 26, so maybe something down here as well. BitTrue wouldn't be surprising to me. Bitbank, I've seen a lot of coins get listed on Bitbank. I've seen a lot of coins get listed on Upbit. I've seen a lot of things get listed on BitThumb. I've seen things get listed on... What are other ones that I've seen things get listed on a lot? Yeah, those are some of the ones that I'd be thinking about. Lbank's another one. Again, that wouldn't be a huge listing, but it would help. It would bring more volume, just like Bitmark did. If we get one of these top exchanges, though, that's going to be a real game changer, guys. That would be incredible. So, fingers crossed. I don't know, though. Guesses, KuCoin, maybe, or what is the other one I said? KuCoin, or maybe Gate.io. Those are my guesses. KuCoin or Gate.io. Those would be great targets, in my opinion. Grow with knife. Moving up. Moving on up. Trying to. Got to get past the tie from earlier today. This thing got all the way up earlier today. Quite a bit. It's a very interesting concept, this whole buy the dip token thing. Michael Lopez with a $5 super chat says, "Caw baby, crow with knife all the way." Thanks for the super chat, Michael Lopez. I appreciate it. You guys are like Santa Claus out there. We got gifted memberships. We got super chats today. You guys are feeling good. The generosity's flowing around. BitTrue would be good, yeah. See you, Scossum. Thanks for tuning in, brother. All right, let's look at your turtle, Rubber. Thanks for that super chat. I'll look at your turtle. But I'm gonna speak candidly. It's a risk getting me to talk about your coins, because I'm gonna speak candidly about it. I think it's probably this one. It's got 4.7K liquidity, so if you wanted to buy it, you could only buy a couple $100 worth or $50 worth, right? Because there's not enough liquidity. That's why you need liquidity, to make buys and to sell. But the chart looks, I don't know, fine. 13K market cap, so, if this thing goes to $1 billion market cap, you can make $50 million. But, again, why? Why is Turtle Coin? And I don't know. So let's look at what's going on with the holders of Turtle Coin, because that's the big question here. Thanks for that super chat, Luna Classic Maxi. I appreciate it. I always go straight to the holders. Now, for Turtle Coin, somebody owns 5%. The guy owns 4%. Here's a couple contracts. I don't like to count those. I don't think those are holders. Those are something else entirely. 4%. Again, so large whales, majority of the tokens are held by the top 100 holders, like big time. But and then it kind of goes down, and I don't know. So low cap, so much risk. But if you get into a 50,000 market cap coin or $13,000 market cap coin, if it goes to $1 million, that's almost 100x, right? So you never know. You haven't heard me caw on stream, says Five Guys. Oh man, you want me to caw? Look, here's the deal. The cawing, that's Sean's job. Sean, shout out to you. You're the call master, all right? But I'll tell you what, I'll make you guys a deal. If we can get either a crypto.com exchange listing for Crow with Knife, or we can get back to this high, I will caw my face off on stream. All right, so pump it. Pump it. Not financial advice. You know, meme coins are risky. Don't buy them if you're not willing to lose all your money. Take profit on the way up. Always, right? But I'll make you a deal. We break the high, or we get a CDC exchange listing. I will caw my face off on stream. I will compete with Sean for Caw Master. Shout out to Sean. Cracks me up on Twitter, man. I have cawed on stream, Five Guys. It's intense. Got 101 viewers, 62 likes. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We got $19 in super chats and a gifted membership so far. What's next? Michael Lopez, what's next? Is there a fish token? I bet there is now. What do you think of KeyCat on base? I don't like cat tokens, and I don't know much about base, unfortunately. I wish I did. I wish I was in that base ecosystem more. I should, but I just went like all in into stacks, and so stacks and Cronos are my big plays right now, and the tokens within those ecosystems, and I got a couple outliers, but those are my big plays right now. And look, I'm missing out on Solana. I'm missing out on Avalanche. I'm missing out on Cardano. I'm missing out on Hedera. I'm missing out on Coinbase, except I got Coinbase stock in my Roth IRA, so not technically, but how many narratives can I follow? Gotta stay focused and be able to pivot. That's why I was able to save myself from losing all my money in the Crease token, because I had my finger on the pulse and I knew when to pivot. Becco says, if I build a dApp that will have Ka as a... Oh, Mikey Canuck, thanks for the support, man. Welcome as a Crypto Report member. You are a supporter. Thank you for your support. If you guys want to become a member like Mikey, you can do so. Support the channel down below. Sign up as a member just like Mikey did. And you get access to our private Discord. So, Mikey, I hope to see you in the private Discord later on today. Check the chart on what? What do I think of KeyCat on base? Sure, I can check it out. Keyboard cat. Oh, that's a classic meme. That is a classic meme. It's got a $41 million market cap already. Wow. What would have happened if you bought this dip? Wow, you'd already be up 100% almost. How high was this thing? Wow, this thing crashed 81% from the top. Crazy. That's the danger of memes, my friends. What do I think about this, though? I think when the full-fledged altcoin season happens, that an OG meme like the KeyCat, and it's this little... It's the keyboard cat. Like, if you don't know what this is, it's a famous meme. Kind of like the Crow with Knife. Kind of like Pepe the Frog. It's clever. Clever. That's different than a cat coin, because that's like the cat meme. Very interesting. Very, very interesting is what I'll say. Let's see. I always like to look at the holders. Let's see what's going on with the holders. 31,000 holders. To compare that to Crow with Knife. Crow with Knife's at about 9,000 holders. The distribution on this thing is pretty decent, actually, because again, we see one wallet with 2%, two wallets at 2%, three wallets at 2%, a couple others, a couple big whales in here, no doubt. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about, let's call it 12, 14, 16, you know, 15% of the supply is held by the top 10 holders. Better distribution than some of the others we looked at. But yeah, the base memes, guys. I know everybody's hyped up about Brett as well on base, which I don't have any of. But this thing got crazy, guys. Top Cat as well did crazy. Let's see, Brett. No, I don't think this is the right Brett token. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. I don't think that's the right token. Anyway, memes, guys, memes. Bitcoin trying to hang on to 64,800. Looks like Crow with Knife is going to take a big W. Big win for Crow with Knife in the votes. Boom. I'm going to end the poll. 80% victory for Crow with Knife. Pretty good. Pretty good. What about VCAT on Solana? Nah. You a cat resist? Ah. Oh, no. I mean, I don't like cats. I'm allergic to cats. You made 100K on it. Nice work. Mr. Wright says, let's create a token, man. Look, you create all the tokens that you want. I'm not creating a token, my friends. I've seen that story play out. You know who Ben Armstrong is? You know how the Ben coin played out? Yeah. We're not launching our own meme token. Ain't gonna happen, Captain. No way I'm gonna own, 5% of the supply of a token that I launched and then dump on my community. I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it. It ruins the channel. It ruins what I'm doing here. It just ruins what we're doing here. We're here to report the news, report the narratives, report the excitement, tell you what our moves are, being transparent, tell you to do your own research, and have some fun. That's about it. All right, Luna Classic. I'll give you one more. All right, but I'm not going to look at every meme coin in the history of meme coins. It's 2 months old. $4.9 million market cap, and it does look like it might be scooping up. But too much competition. I don't love it because I don't love cats, but that cat is a good meme. Okay, so it's the vibing cat. I see what you're doing. So these are the classic memes. I see what you're doing. I see what you're saying. I see what you're getting at here. Couple big wallets in here. Quite a few people own 1% of the supply. How many holders? So these are kind of the things that I do, that's kind of how I look at these things. I gotta look at the holders, I gotta look at the market caps, I gotta look at the liquidity. Those are all very important things, my friends. Still climbing. Beautiful thing. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. Thanks for all the super chats, guys. Glad to have shout out to Mikey Canuck, who became a member on the Crypto Report. Gets access to our private Discord now, which is a beautiful thing. If you guys want to become a member, get access to that private Discord, you can join us as well. All you got to do is click the link down below. Yeah, $5 million market cap is very small. Shout out to Carlos. Good to see you, Carlos. I'm doing well, man. Made a big buy of stacks this morning. I was up at 3 a.m. I got 2 hours of sleep last night, and I'm probably going to fall asleep live on stream. I'm secretly extremely tired. I just couldn't sleep last night because I had the biggest paycheck of my life coming my way, which I aped into stacks this morning at 3:30 a.m. And and then I was excited for a round of golf this morning, and I just didn't sleep. I had too much coffee yesterday probably as well. So, but I'm doing great. I'm prepped. I'm ready for the bull market. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Oh, excuse me. We got 96 viewers. We got 68 likes. Do me a favor, guys, to support the channel. Just smash that like button for me. It helps the channel tremendously, and we really appreciate it. It's free to do. It's easy to do. You got no excuse. But, all right, guys, that was a lot of fun. I got some work to do. We did an hour and 40-minute stream today. Beautiful day to do some streaming as Bitcoin's dipping. I know you guys are wondering what's going on, but guys, I'm telling you, I believe that a very large bull market is coming. What are we waiting for? Zoom out, guys. Let's go to the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, because this is the thing I'm going to continue to stick to. We're waiting for Bitcoin to make these moves. This move that we saw back in 2018. This move that we saw back in 2021. And then this move, which we're going to see here in 2024, possibly into 2025. For Bitcoin, when Bitcoin goes parabolic like that, we're going to see altcoins recover, and we're going to see those go up, and we're going to see altcoins break through, total market cap break through its previous all-time high, or a coin like Stacks, a coin like Solana, a coin like Jasmy, a coin like Crocoin, a coin like Binance token, which is almost close to its highs. These coins can then start to rip to new highs, and Binance is looking like it wants to go right now. I don't own any Binance. Anyway, guys, that's all I got in this one. I am Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Thanks for tuning in to each and every single one of you guys. Thanks for the super chats today. Luna Classic Maxi, West Texas Crypto, thanks for the gift of membership. Congratulations to Mikey Canuck, who bought his own membership today and now gets access to that private Discord. Thanks for that super chat, Michael Lopez. I appreciate that. Also, who else? Louis B, thank you for your contributions today as well. And thanks for everybody from all your respective communities hopping in to this stream today. That is all I got on this one. I am Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content, and as always, folks, you gotta remember, don't forget, DCA, HODL. It's a bull market, baby. See you in the next one. Peace, y'all.